Hey, hi, what's up? I'm Jana, and today we're going to go over my release radar, which is the books that are coming out in November that I plan to read, at least right now. I might not read them if reviews for them suck, but most of these are from authors I've read before. I think only one of them is an author I've never read before. So without further ado, here's all of the books on my radar for November. So we have two for November 7th. Of course, the first one's going to be Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I don't need to really tell you about that one. It's the second book in the Fourth Wing series. I guess it's called the Empyrean series. I didn't know that. Know that now. I'll probably throw that away soon. But now we know. And I'm very ready to experience that book. I think it's going to be Angst Central. I hope it hurts me in a fun way. Hopefully not in like a soul crushing way. Believe in Rebecca. The second book that also comes out, this one I've been kind of up in the air about whether or not I read, just because I don't really read this subgenre of young adult anymore. It's a YA contemporary, and it's Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I've read Ali Hazelwood's adult romances, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll read this one. And this one is about two rival chess players, and say less. Sounds great. I bet they're big nerds. I'll love them. I lied. There's actually a third book on November 7th. Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. I have a confession to make. So this book is a prequel to Legends and Lattes, which was widely popular and I read, but I don't think I'm a cozy fantasy girly. I don't know if I'm like tapped into who I need to be for that. I found Legends and Lattes okay. And so I'm hoping to also read this one, and maybe this will shock me, and this is the year I will get it. I will understand cozy fantasy. On November 10th is the release of the 8th book in the Forsyte University series, Princes of Ash. And I can't explain this to you. This is a dark romance. Every trigger warning you can think of, you need to have it in there. It is such an intense series in books. I love it. It's so much drama. It's insane. I could never talk about this book and look someone straight in the eyes. If you can, you're just braver than I am. But anyway, so I will be reading this basically the moment it drops on KU. I will be consuming this. On November 14th, this is the book where I haven't read anything else by this author before. It's Do Your Worst by Rosie Danan. And it just looks like a fun time. Something I've really been enjoying this year is paranormal contemporary romance. It's just something, maybe that's my cozy fantasy. It's just two dorks having a day, but one's a vampire and the other's a werewolf. But in this case, this book, one girl is a curse breaker who is trying to legitimize her family business. But based on the cover, like, I feel like that dude's a vampire, right? Like, like he has to be a vampire. But then I'm like, then what curse is she breaking? Like, I don't know. I already have questions, so I'm going to read it and find out. Then on November 16th, What Sleeps Within the Cove by Harper L. Woods is coming out. And this is book 4 in a romantasy series. And I would say this is like a fantasy with a lot of Puritanism themes in it, if that makes sense. Because basically the humans like segregate themselves from the Fae, and there's like this wall that keeps the Fae and them separate. But the Fae keep coming over into, basically, I'm going to call it the human realm. I don't think they call it that. The human realm, because humans basically are the only mates of the Fae. And so when a Fae is born, they only have one mate. Of course they do. and it's human, and I guess they get identical like tattoos down like the side of their neck or something. And so a lot of the Fae come over because they can feel when their mate's been born. So the Fae can live 600 whatever years. And of course, the moment a human is born, and I'm sure they're just pounding down the door as soon as they're 18, is what I'm assuming. And it's like, mate, please. So they'll come over and take their mate. And this series, it started off not that great for me, but now I'm obsessed with it. The last book was Angst City. Like, it hurt. I was like really feeling for all of the characters and all of the drama that was going on. And so I'm really hoping after the ending of the last one, this is hopefully, I think, the conclusion. I don't know if that's me hoping, because I feel like a lot of romantasy series like go on too long. I would hope that book 4 would end this. I don't see a reason why it should be any longer. But if you're looking for a juicy romantic fantasy series, this is definitely one to check out. Like I said, the first book was like okay, and I feel like the author really finds her footing in book 2 and 3, and that's when it's just so entertaining and I'm just eating it up. Then we have 2 releases on November 28th. The first one, I think, is just like a hope and a prayer on my part, because this book keeps getting pushed back, but I need her to release it. So this is the 3rd book, but each book is a standalone romance. They're just all set in the same world, so you can read them in any order. The first book I gave 4 stars, and then the second book I gave 5 stars, and it was amazing. So I have been very hungry for this author to come out with this book, and she just hasn't. She's pushed it back months and months, and every time it gets to the date I think it's gonna be, she's like, and I understand, like, take time to make magic, but I need this book. And it's A Dance of Steel and Bone by Mila Vane. It's a medieval fantasy, and let me read you what got me in the synopsis. The heroine basically has to stay silent and serve a man she has sworn to kill, a man who destroyed her family. Hurt me. Take a axe to the chest, please. I'm hoping this one like rips me apart. The second book was like a friends to lovers to strangers to lovers again type of situation, and it was so just like gutting. And you wanted these people to work out so bad, but they just had so much baggage to work through. So I'm hoping that this one is in a similar vein of just so much angst. I need it so bad. Mila, don't push it anymore. Give it to me now. And then the second book that comes out on the 28th is The Endless War by Danielle Jensen. This is the 4th book in the Bridge Kingdom series. So I've read the first 2 books in the Bridge Kingdom. Each couple gets a duet. So I've read the first duet of the first couple, and then I've been waiting for book 4 so I can read 3 and 4. And I believe this one follows the sister of the hero in the first duet. And this is just, again, another medieval fantasy series of romance books. I feel like a lot of romantasy is coming my way this month, which I'm not upset about at all, because I haven't read a ton of it this month. So I feel like I'm fresh again, because I read a ton in September. So these were all of the books that were on my radar for this month. Let me know if I missed anything, because I get FOMO so bad. But let me know if you're excited about anything that I didn't mention, so that way I can add it to my calendar. Thank you for watching. Bye.